evening, and welcome to Story Time with Shelley.
Boo!
Ah! Oh, Petunia, you got me! Why? Why are you sneaking up on me?
That was fun.
Oh, yeah, hilarious as my heart just was boom, 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 boom. Oh, I think I just peed myself a little. Again. Oh, thanks, Petunia. Don't you have anything better to do?
You're a mermaid. You always pee yourself.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay, anyway, today's story is Cinderella. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. She lived with her wicked stepmother and two stepsisters. They treated Cinderella very badly. One day, they were invited to a grand ball at the king's palace, but Cinderella's stepmother would not let her go. Not very cool, man. Not cool at all. Cinderella was made to sew new party gowns for her stepmother and her stepsisters and curl their hair. And back in the day, you didn't have curling irons or those fancy little doohickeys that just suck the hair right in and curl it. No, you had to use these weird tongs that you had to put in the oven and heat up. But
That's
not that I know, because I'm young and
You're fresh from the sea.
Yeah, I'm fresh from the sea, baby. The sea. Wah. Okay. Thank you, Petunia.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anyway, so then they went off to the ball and left Cinderella home all alone. Cinderella felt very sad and began to cry.
You okay?
I always get so choked up at this part. She was all alone.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Suddenly, a fairy godmother appeared and said, "Don't cry, Cinderella. I will send you to the ball." But Cinderella was sad. She said, "I don't have a gown to wear." The fairy godmother waved her magic wand, and lo, she had a beautiful gown. Her old clothes turned into a beautiful gown. Then the fairy godmother touched the magic wand to Cinderella's feet, and her bare feet were then inside beautiful glass slippers.
Woo!
Glass slippers. Now, those would be pretty comfortable, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just like those cloud steppers. Oh, yeah, glass.
That would break really easily.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. And probably not very comfortable.
No, not at all.
Yeah, imagine the blisters at the end of that night.
Oh,
Woo!
my God.
Or cuts. Oh!
Ah!
Oh, she did. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Then Cinderella said, "But how will I go to the ball? How will I get there?" And the fairy godmother said, "Do I have to think of everything? Jeez. Just kidding. Ha-ha. I'm your fairy godmother, and I love you, and I want this night to be perfect." So the fairy godmother went to the kitchen and found 6 mice playing near a pumpkin. So she took the ball outside and she turned the 6 mice into 4 horses and 2 coachmen and the pumpkin into a grand carriage. Cinderella was overjoyed and set off for the ball in the coach drawn by the horses. And, but before leaving, get this, oh no, this wouldn't last forever, baby. Her godmother said, "Now listen, lady, you gotta be home by midnight, because
All
at
your stuff will disappear."
Thank you, that's correct, Petunia, that is very correct. At midnight, the spell will be broken, and, ooh, sound effects, yeah, I like that, do it again. The spell will be broken. And the coach will turn back into a pumpkin. And, is there somebody at the door? Just a second.
I exist. Oh!
Oh my goodness, they've left the building. Oh, we've gotten some technical difficulties. One moment. Oh, that Petunia knocking everything over. Oh, anywho, so Cinderella had to be back by midnight, like I was saying, because the spell would be broken and everything would turn back the way it was. When Cinderella entered the palace, everyone was struck by her beauty. Nobody, not even Cinderella's stepmother or stepsisters, knew who she really was. In all the pretty clothes and the fancy shoes. The handsome prince also saw her and fell in love at first sight. What is with this hair today? With Cinderella. Do you want to dance? He said. Look at me. Oh, I'm gone out of the picture. Wow, I'm back. Okay. Do you want to dance? He said. And she's like, oh, yeah, baby. Let's dance. Let's boogie. Oh, the prince danced all night with Cinderella, and nobody recognized her. She was so happy dancing with the prince that she didn't. Just a second, we've got another guest. This is my friend Joanne's daughter, Angie, and her cat. Oh, hello. Hi, kitty. Hi, Ezzy. Oh, you're cute. Oh, I just want to. Oh, you're so soft. Oh, you're cute too. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks for stopping by.
You're scaring Ezzy.
Thanks. Okay, all right. Oh, God, it's hard to get a story out in this place. It's like the friggin' funny farm. Mwah! All right. So, where was I? She was happily dancing with the prince that she almost forgot what her fairy godmother had said about midnight. At the last minute, she noticed the time. And she said to the prince, oh, I must go, she cried, and ran out of the palace. As she was running, she lost one of her glass slippers. It came off right off her foot, but she did not turn back for it. She reached home just as the clock struck 12. Her coach turned back into a pumpkin, the horses into mice, and the fine ball gown into rags. Her stepmother and stepsister reached home shortly after that. They were talking about the beautiful lady who'd been dancing with the prince all night. The prince had fallen in love with Cinderella and wanted to find out who the beautiful girl was, but he did not even know her name. Now, he danced with her all night, but never once, not once, thought to say, hey, what's your name? Typical man. Sounds a lot like, oh, no, that's somebody else. That's not my husband. He knows my name. Well, this is a little awkward. Anyway, he didn't ask her name. He didn't know her name. He didn't know where she lived, where she's from. All he knew was she was pretty. Now, that's kind of a shallow kind of story, isn't it? Ooh, she's beautiful. I'm in love. Yeah, no, that's not how love works. Anyway, not in real life. Anyway, so he had the task of trying to find Cinderella, but he didn't know her name. So all he had was the glass slipper. The next day he declared, the lady whose foot fits this slipper will be the one I marry. Now, a lot of people have the same size feet. Cinderella isn't the only one in the world. I think this is a silly part of the story. Like, she has these specific size feet that nobody else in the whole world has. I call bullshit on that. Anyway, apparently in this kingdom, every woman has different size feet. Must be a law or something. So he went around to every household and tried the glass slipper on everybody. All the women in the kingdom tried the slipper, but it did not fit any of them. Cinderella's stepsisters also tried on the glass slipper. They tried to squish their feet and push hard into the slipper, but the servant was afraid the slipper would break. Oh, yeah, because it's glass. Who makes shoes out of glass? That's so. Oh. Anyway, they were just about to leave the house, and the stepmother had locked Cinderella in the attic. But Cinderella had managed to break free. Well, get the door unlocked because one of her friendly mice had like stolen the key, whatever, and slipped it to her under the door. So she got out and she came down, and the prince saw her and said, "Well, let's let her try the slipper on." Ugh. And they were like, "No, no, she's just a servant. She's nothing. She's nobody." But the prince insisted. The slipper, of course, fit her perfectly because, only she had that's a certain size foot. Then the prince, after it fit her perfectly, then the prince recognized her from the ball. Yeah, sure. He didn't recognize her before she tried the slipper on. That's this is not a very good story. Anyway, then he married Cinderella and they lived happily ever after, and the stepmother and the two stepsisters had to do all the work by themselves. They didn't have anybody like Cinderella to be their maid, and they ran out of money, and then they had to come and work at the castle doing laundry and cleaning, etc., etc. Anyway, that's the story for today on this rainy Monday. It's just another manic Monday. Oh, I wish it was something else. I don't know the words. Anyway, that's all for me for tonight. Tomorrow we will be bringing you another fairy tale. I'm not sure which one just yet. Anyway,